Yes, I would love to meet up after work for dinner. What time? Okay, sounds good. See you then. Hello. Yes, I am. I was actually just about to close up for the evening, so you're my lucky last customer. So what can I do for you? Of course. And where are you wanting to travel to? Yes, the one and only Big Apple, otherwise known as New York. If you want to wake up in a city that never sleeps, you've made a spectacular choice. So, will you be going for business or pleasure? Pleasure, fantastic. Now, have you been to my travel agency before? I'm so sorry if I don't remember. This time of the year is always so flat out for me. You have, okay, perfect. So I'll just pop on the computer and bring up your personal details and we'll go from there. Okay, sound good? All right, great. Can I have your full name, please? And your email address? Okay, so what dates were you looking at going? Okay. Wow, so over Christmas, how magical. Yes, it's an amazing time to visit. Christmas markets are open all around town. Storefronts are decorated with colourful lights and special Christmas performances take place. New York is basically made for Christmas. Yep. Alright, so I will just pop back on the computer and book you those flights. Were you after a morning, afternoon, or evening flight? Evening? Okay, perfect. Okay, so you're going to be flying into John F. Kennedy Airport, colloquially referred to as JFK Airport, Kennedy Airport, New York JFK, or simply JFK, and is the main international airport serving New York City, the United States. Now, my next question is, what did you want to see and do there? The Statue of Liberty, definitely a must. Central Park, wonderful. And the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. Perfect. Yes, I can definitely give you some information on these things and provide a few more if you're interested. Yeah, sure, no worries. Now, while I talk about New York and its attractions, I'll pop on some footage for your enjoyment. New New York, now where do I begin? In the wise words of Alicia Keys, it really is a concrete jungle where dreams are made of. New York, often referred to as NYC, is the most populous city in the United States and is located at the southern tip of New York State on one of the world's largest natural harbors. With an estimated population of 8,335,897, distributed over 300.46 square miles in 2022, it is more than twice as populous as Los Angeles, the nation's second most populous city. There are many reasons why people from all around the world flock to New York for business and pleasure, being that it is a global city and cultural, financial, high-tech, entertainment and media center with a significant influence on commerce, healthcare, scientific output, life sciences, research, technology, education, politics, tourism, dining, art, fashion and sports. Now when you think of New York, 1,000 images and words probably come to mind. Think Wall Street, finance, Broadway, theatre, Fifth Avenue, shopping, Madison Avenue, the advertising industry, Greenwich Village, bohemian lifestyles, 7th Avenue, fashion, Tammany Hall, machine politics, and Harlem, the jazz age, African American aspirations and slums. Words that can perfectly describe New York are vibrant, iconic, diverse, cosmopolitan, gritty, captivating, dynamic, ambitious, electrifying, and resilient. And its character can be described as ethnically diverse, religiously varied, commercially driven, famously congested, and in the eyes of many, the most attractive urban center in the country. If you don't live there, it's a place you would want to visit at least once in your lifetime. Wow, I don't think I've ever given such an intense introduction to a travel destination before. Okay, now I'm going to talk about New York's top attractions, and I'm going to split them into two categories, being non-Christmas themed and Christmas themed. And I'm going to start with non-Christmas themed. Okay, so you mentioned you wanted to see the Statue of Liberty. Yes, wonderful. The Statue of Liberty is a colossal neoclassical sculpture located on Liberty Island in New York Harbor. The copper statue, a gift from the people of France, was designed by French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi, and its framework was built by Gustave Eiffel, yes, of Eiffel Tower fame. It was dedicated in 1886 and stands at 300 feet tall, making it a truly spectacular sight. Another monumental landmark that should be on everyone's list when visiting New York is the Empire State Building. This iconic piece of architecture is a 102-story Art Deco skyscraper situated in Midtown Manhattan, which was designed by Shreve, Lamb and Harmon and built from 1930 to 1931. The Empire State Building is an international cultural icon. It has been featured in more than 250 television series and films since the film King Kong was released in 1933. Its Art Deco architecture and height have made it a popular attraction for the millions of tourists from all around the world that annually visit. And you can get a real feel for how densely populated the city is as you take in the view from its observation decks. Now, if you want to do something really touristy, you can't pass up Times Square. Times Square is a major commercial intersection, tourist destination, entertainment hub, and neighborhood in Midtown Manhattan. I suggest visiting it at night when it looks its best, as it is brightly lit by numerous digital billboards and advertisements, as well as businesses offering 24/7 services. Times Square is one of the world's most visited tourist attractions, drawing an estimated 50 million visitors annually. It is one of the world's busiest pedestrian areas, with approximately 330,000 people passing through daily and 460,000 passing through on its busiest days. Times Square is also the hub of the theatre district, which leads me to Broadway. You can't go to New York City, theatre capital of the world, without seeing a show. There are many Broadway shows to choose from, and ticket prices vary greatly by show. However, you can find discounted theatre tickets at the TKTS offices around the city for last-minute tickets. I'll also suggest you visit the World Trade Center and 9/11 Memorial and the museum. This somber memorial is in remembrance of the devastating events that took place on September 11, 2001, and it lists the names of everyone that tragically lost their lives. You can also take in the view and reflect from the new Freedom Tower, which was built to replace the World Trade Center. To get a deeper understanding of 9/11 and the events that unfolded, you should also visit the museum. It is home to poignant exhibits that illuminate the extent and significance of the tragedy. Now, you mentioned you wanted to visit Central Park. Perfect. New York Central Park is a world-famous park that is located between the Upper West Side and Upper East Side neighborhoods of Manhattan. Central Park was created beginning in 1958 to address the recreational needs of the rapidly growing city, and was designed by Calvert Vaux and Frederick Law Olmsted, who stated, "The beauty of the park should be the beauty of the fields, the meadow, the prairie, of the green pastures and the still waters. What we want to gain is tranquility and rest to the mind." Its original purpose was to offer city dwellers a place to escape the stresses of urban life and to commune with nature and fellow New Yorkers. Today, it still serves the same purpose and welcomes all visitors. Its 843 acres include more than 18,000 trees that cool and clean the air, and the sweeping lawns, picturesque woodlands, meandering streams, and broad lakes provide a habitat for wildlife. Over the years, additional features have been added to the park, including sporting fields, 2 skating rinks, a carousel, formal gardens, commemorative monuments, and concert and theatre venues. Now let's move on to the Christmas themed experiences New York has to offer. And first things first, you have to see New York's most famous Christmas site, the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. The Rockefeller Center is a large complex and consisting of 19 commercial buildings covering 22 acres between 48th Street and 51st in the Midtown Manhattan neighborhood of New York City. During the holiday season, a magnificent tree is put in place and lit in a public ceremony on the Wednesday evening following Thanksgiving. Now, while the tree is dazzling on TV, it just doesn't compare to seeing it in person, with more than 50,000 Technicoloured LED lights and crowned with a sparkling Swarovski star. This Norway spruce is a sight that will surely make anyone's day. While you're in the area, you'll find FAO Schwartz, the Nintendo store, Hill House, and a lineup of trumpeting angels leading you to Fifth Avenue. Also known as Millionaires Row, Fifth Avenue is the Big Apple's most famous street and the main artery of New York. It crosses the whole of Manhattan from north to south, and there is a really good reason for its nickname. Fifth Avenue has been compared to Champs-Élysées in Paris and Ginza in Tokyo, and housing high-end stores like Armani and Gucci has made it New York's most expensive and best shopping street. Now, unless you have loads of cash to blow, window shopping is probably the way to go, and is actually the reason why thousands flock to Fifth Avenue during the holiday season. The window displays are truly stunning and will definitely bring you some Christmas cheer while strolling down Fifth Avenue and living your Carrie Bradshaw dream. From Bergdorf Goodman and Saks Fifth Avenue to Tiffany & Co. and Cartier, which is literally wrapped up in a huge boat made of lights. Every store's holiday window display is more beautiful than the last. Now, if Bergdorf Goodman is a little bit above your price range, New York offers multiple beloved holiday markets to shop. Holiday markets are dotted all throughout the city, like those in Union Square, Columbus Circle, and Brooklyn Borough Hall. From locally crafted goods to seasonal art and festive food and drink, browsing through the vendors will have you making your list for the Jolly Man in Red. Speaking of holiday markets, you definitely should not miss the Mega Market, the Bank of America Winter Village located at Bryant Park. If you are looking to knock out a few activities at once, the Christmas Market at Bryant Park is your best bet, as it also is home to a restaurant, skating rink, and its very own Christmas tree. Another New York Christmas tradition is the show put on by the Rockettes, who have been taking over Radio City Music Hall for the holidays since the 1930s. The Christmas Spectacular is a 90-minute show which has been revamped and elevated over the years, and is a fail-safe, festive experience which is perfect for the whole family. I also want to give the Dyker Heights Holiday Lights, Gingerbread Lane, the Lightscape at Brooklyn Botanic Garden, New York Botanical Garden, and the Holiday Train Show at Grand Central Terminal all honourable mentions, as they are all wonderful Christmas-themed experiences to be had. Picture this. You've had a very busy day viewing New York's top sights and spent your pennies at the wonderful Christmas markets. Your hands are chilly and you've built up a serious cocoa craving from all the sightseeing, so you decide to grab a decadent hot chocolate from St. Ambroios. You viewed the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree in all its glory and made your way down the line of beautifully decorated storefronts on Fifth Avenue. You wind up finding yourself strolling the winding paths of Central Park and realize that your stomach is grumbling, so you decide to stop for a festive dinner at Tavern on the Green, the historic eatery situated within Central Park, and have a lavish dining experience. If I haven't sold you yet, I don't know what will. Now, would you like me to do up some quotes for any of the above experiences that I spoke about? Yeah, sure, no worries. And of course, you don't have to lock in anything now. They're just to give you an indication on pricing. Okay? Okay, now, have you thought about accommodation or transportation or anything like that? No, that's okay. Well, I actually have a wonderful book on New York I'd like to show you. So this is a truly wonderful book of New York City. Let's take a look inside. So we have our 4 easy to use sections. So plan your trip, explore, understand, and survival guide. Also, there is a full color map section in the back that we'll have a look at a little bit later. Let's keep going. So we have our table of contents here. Welcome to New York City. So first of all, we have New York City's top experiences. Okay. So we have skyline views here. Here's the Empire State Building, which was a site that I recommended to you. Green spaces. So Central Park is somewhere you wanted to visit. So wonderful. Look how beautiful that is. We have high art and big stages. Okay. So there are many museums in New York that are definitely points of interest. Okay. And also Broadway shows. Neighborhood rambling. So Chinatown, East Village and Lower East Side, and Greenwich Village. Exploring Brooklyn, amazing architecture, the Chrysler Building, Grand Central Terminal, Cathedral Church of St. John the Divine, Next we have Step Back in Time. So here's the Statue of Liberty that you wanted to see as well. And we've got Save Your Wallet. It's the 9/11 memorial here. So we have our Need to Know section. These are always very handy sections in these books. Currency, language, visas, money, cell phones, time, and tourism information. We've got a daily cost budget. So whether you're on a budget, you're in a mid-range, or you got loads of cash to spend. Okay. So getting around is something I wanted to touch on. Best ways to get around would be using the subway, which is inexpensive and somewhat efficient. Buses can also be used, taxis. New York is famous for the yellow taxis, and bicycle, and you can also get the ferry. Okay, we've got a checklist here and what to pack. Also, tips for your trip, what to wear and be forewarned. So there's some things here, some useful information. Before going to New York, you should definitely take a look at. And then we've got other useful knowledge here, so about taxes, refunds, tackling crowds and tipping, etiquette, common scams and tourist traps. So very useful information in this section. And we have Getting Around, which is a very useful section. If you're new to New York, you're not sure what to do, there's lots of ways to get around. Has how to hail a taxi, when to travel, traveling at night, tickets and passes, all that good stuff. And we've got some perfect days here. So if you're wondering how you were going to plan your trip, your days in New York, they've made an itinerary for you, which is great for people who are worried they're not going to fit everything in their trip, or what is the best way to plan it, most convenient way. All this information here that they've put together for you is fantastic. Month by month, what's going on in New York. So you're going in December into the new year, so we've got all our Christmassy things here and New Year's things to do. Let's keep skimming through. So we've got the free section, which is really good because New York can get quite pricey. So dining out, so where all the best places are to eat and drink, of course. bar open. Showtime. I'm going to flick through and find some more points of interest. So it basically will go through, the book will go through all the different areas of New York, and then it will have that area's top side. So we have Times Square, which is situated in Midtown. And the Empire State Building, which is also situated in Midtown. Got a museum. Grand Central Terminal is also in the area. And the Chrysler Building. We've got our Rockefeller Center here. Fifth Avenue. So like I said, this book really focuses on the different areas of New York, and then in each area it will have the top experiences, places to eat and drink, entertainment, and places to stay. So really handy. So we have our wonderful Central Park here. It's a great section because it has information and facts. Honestly, really fantastic. Let's just scoot through a little bit. Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Bridge, which is a top experience. Something I didn't mention. This is why these books are so good, because they could just contain so much information, and I couldn't talk about every single thing to see and do in New York because it would take me forever. So there's also day trips from New York City that you can do. Got the Hamptons, Fire Island, North Fork and Shelter Island, Hudson Valley and Woodstock. So if you're spending quite a long time in New York, you could definitely take a look at doing that. So sleeping. So this is very handy because, like I said, New York can be quite pricey, so finding somewhere affordable to sleep may be a challenge, but this book provides you with options, good options. So for depending on what kind of budget you're on. Let's keep going. So I think I want to just skip to the back now and take a look at the map. I always struggle with these maps. So what they've done with this map is they've split it into North and South Manhattan. So this is North Manhattan here. So you can easily see here is Central Park. Now see if I can point out some of the top sites that that I spoke about earlier. Okay, so I just took the rug off my desk so I could flatten the map out. So I just wanted to point out for you the Rockefeller Center, which is down here, and we also have Fifth Avenue, which runs all the way along from North Manhattan to South Manhattan. So in South Manhattan, we have the Empire State Building situated here. The Chrysler Building is here, and Times Square is here. So these three all relatively close together. Union Square is here. This is where one of the wonderful holiday markets are located. Greenwich Village. And down here is the World Trade Center Memorial and National September 11th Memorial Museum. Okay. Bryant Park is up here, and right down here is Liberty Island, where the Statue of Liberty is situated. Okay. I'm going to struggle to put this map back. Oh, here we go. Wonderful. Yes, you can definitely purchase this book. Now, is there anything else I can do for you? Or do you have any questions? Do you need travel insurance or airport transfers or anything like that? No, you'll sort that out yourself? Okay, no worries. Well, I'll just pop back on the computer and finalize your itinerary and print it out. And I'll also send an electronic copy to your email. Alright, I'll just be a moment. Okay, here you are, should be all there. It's my pleasure. Now you can start spreading the news, because you're going to be leaving in a few days. You're gonna be a part of it. New York, New York.